Hey, it's Dan Morales. This is Homebuyer Radio, episode number 134. Okay, so this week, what I wanted to do is I wanted to kind of start a series just talking about the difference between being pre-qualified and pre-approved, and how good is the pre-approval that you received from, let's say, a mortgage person. Okay, now I see this all the time, and there's probably going to be some realtors that are going to get ticked off with me for doing this podcast, but I'm going to do it anyways because one thing that is unwavering, okay, is my commitment to giving you honest answers about the mortgage process and home buying process, and just sharing with you my wealth of experience. Having been a very successful mortgage loan officer since 1991, there's some things I've learned about the home buying process. Okay, so let's just say you're getting out there and you want to get ready and you want to go start looking at buying a house. And gosh, it's Thursday night or Friday night, and you're going to go out and look at houses on Saturday, and all of a sudden it strikes you like, man, I should probably think about getting pre-approved. And you go through, let's say, an online website, or you talk to a loan officer over the phone, and they very quickly tell you, oh, hey, no problem, you're pre-approved, up to X number of dollars. Okay, now that's not a pre-approval, guys. Okay, what that is a pre-qualification. Okay, pre-qualification is simply just me going through gathering your information about income, assets, good stuff like that, and then me coming back to you and saying, hey, based on what you've told me, I think you can qualify for a mortgage of X number of dollars. Okay, now that, if you will, opinion that I'm going to give you is only as good as the information that you've given me. Okay, now if you've given me some information on a phone on a Friday night, or you went through my website and did an online application, I have not verified any of the information you've given me. Okay, which means that if the actual information I verify is different in any way, shape, or form, that the feedback you could get could be different. Okay, so a lot of times what happens is the loan officer will pull a credit report, they'll take your income information, they'll do a quick calculation that says, hey, basically based on what you're telling me, you could get a mortgage of approximately X number of dollars. Okay, now I don't know for sure that you can get that mortgage because I haven't done all the legwork, if you will, that I need to do to get you formally pre-approved. That's just a very quick pre-qualification. Okay, now if you're contemplating buying a house, let me ask you a question. Why are you waiting to the last second to get pre-approved or to get an opinion on what the mortgage terms would look like? Oftentimes when you are doing a spur of the moment, kind of quick, hey, let's go out there and look at a house and let's go buy a house very quickly and very flippantly. A lot of times that could put you in circumstances that are maybe less than desirable. Okay, so word of caution to you, if you're thinking about buying a house, hey, how about you start the mortgage process way earlier? I can't tell you how many times I still see clients who are coming to us to get pre-approved for a mortgage when they've got an offer on a property already, and that offer has already been accepted. And more importantly, why is your agent letting you write an offer on a property when you don't really have a solid pre-approval? So those are things that are always a red flag and a huge concern to me, because oftentimes that means people are making a very quick, very hasty decision. And a lot of times, one of the things I've learned in life, especially as I get older, is when I make a quick haste decision, I oftentimes end up making a decision that I regret and later wish that I would have done something different. Okay, so save yourself, some hassle. If you want to buy a house, this is a gigantic financial decision. Okay, this is not like going out and buying a big screen TV. This is a really huge financial decision, and it's one that should not be taken lightly. Okay, it's one that you should really go into with your eyes open. You should really understand, what am I looking at? What are the, what kind of payments am I going to look at? What kind of cash investment am I going to look at? What kind of, timing should I expect for all of this? How do all these pieces come together when it's all said and done? Okay, let us help you through that process. Okay, if you're getting ready to buy a house, we'd love to help you get pre-approved, and you're going to find that, having, all of that information up front just leads for a much better home buying experience, because then you're looking at houses that are priced appropriately, that would fit your budget. You understand going into it what kind of financial commitment you're making as part of this process. So a heck of a lot easier if you have the financial details kind of nailed down before you get too deep into the home buying process, okay? Again, my name is Dan Morales. My MLS number is 709-729. You can find me online at danmorales.com. That's DANMORALEZ.com. And again, if you want to call me, you can call me at 616-931-4629. Thanks for listening. Hey, do me a favor. If you enjoy this podcast and you're a regular listener to the podcast and you've found it to be very helpful to you, would you please do me two favors, okay? The first one is if you're in the process to buy a house and you know you're going to need a mortgage, would you give us an opportunity to work with you? If you've enjoyed and you've learned, from all of these different episodes, the best way that you can, help us is by being a client, right? By giving us an opportunity to compete for your mortgage and to really show you what we're able to do for you, which oftentimes you might find will be better than what you've been seeing anyways, right? But that would be the first thing. And then the second thing I would really appreciate is if you would write a review on iTunes or, wherever you're consuming this information. If there's an opportunity to write a review for the podcast, we really would appreciate it. It helps us to get in front of a bigger audience and helps to educate more people about this home buying process, okay? Again, my name is Dan Morales, America's Mortgage Man. You can find me online at danmorales.com. NMLS number 709-729, phone number 616-931-4629. And, of course, North Point Bank is an equal housing lender.